This has
So,
kind of been something that's happening
so good
fairly
afternoon to
recently.
everybody out on YouTube. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Is that right? I didn't, thanks for pointing that out. It's a higher volume than normal on the IWM. So let me, maybe I'll pop up a screen here and share.
Yeah,
We'll
no
look at
problem,
some of the
Brian. I
index.
can.
Yeah. If you, yeah, I'll just take a few minutes here. I
Yeah,
think
no
we're
problem.
got
I'll
a half hour
stop
left.
that.
You don't have to stop YouTube.
Oh no, I'm just stopping my screen share into the room so that
Oh,
you
okay.
can grab it.
Okay. Let me get things set up here first. We'll just take a look at the indexes. We'll look at the groups, which ones are money's rotating into and which ones people are rotating out of. Kind of interesting to see if the banks are still catching a bid today. Energy is not doing very well, obviously. Oil was actually some of the things flipped overnight. Gold was up pretty strong last night, and it ended up opening down. Spot gold prices were down when we opened.
Brian, are you sharing screen?
Not yet. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm just signing on and just getting
Oh, okay.
my just getting things set up here.
Yeah.
I will share my screen now. Um, all right. Let's get my mouse here. Let's take a quick look at the sectors. Um, Candles at a glance here. See the SPY gapped up on the news where they got this stimulus or COVID relief bill passed. So communications doing well today. Technology doing well today, although it's back. It's not quite off the high of the day. Industrials losing it. Materials lost some momentum today. Dollar's kind of flat today. If anything, it's up a little bit. Staples well off the highs. That's a reversing candle there. Healthcare not doing that great. Utilities not doing that great. Financials gapped up, but a bit of an indecision candle right now. So see what Trill's doing. So you can see here, this is why I kind of like Trill. I wish I'd gotten in a little bit earlier on this. Got a nice rounding bottom. Looks like a double bottom or a higher low here. So looking at these moving averages, possible point to take first partials. Let's just run through let's run through the indexes real quickly here. Transports obviously gapped up on the day. Now we're selling off. It's not really a good sign. The 10-year Treasury, I don't think that's updated, but we're still in an uptrend, but maybe making a bit of a pennant here. See if we can break out from this 0.975, head to the 1. Good for the banks, obviously. The more the yield improves. So you can see here the Dow gapped up, new high, new all-time high, but again, well off the high of the day. IWM, this is the one we're talking about, gone red on the day, gapped up, made a new high, but you can see here it's had quite the run since November. So really overbought here. So excuse me, probably due for a pullback. Some topping action on the stochastics. Definitely needs a bit of a pullback. I don't see a huge sell-off on IWM, but I definitely see a need for a bit of a pause there. Q's breaking out, new high, new all-time high. We're still up 1% on the day. Q's again standing out. And SPY's having a pretty good day as well here. So large caps and technology still looking good. And the dollar, we still seem to be trying to hold this level. Let's take a look at that on a weekly. You can see here we have to go way back to 2018 for the lows we're at right now. This is where we're finding some support back from 2018, fall 2018. And we're still in a downtrend. This is the cross of the 20 and the 200 that's usually bearish. So we still haven't broken trend here, but we do look like there is some consolidation going on at least. VIX started out up, and now we're down on the day. Interesting. Q still strong, SPY still strong, so that's not that much of a surprise. And the TLT, these are the bond prices, so they're coming up a bit, which reflects the yield on the bonds. When the yields drop, bond prices go up. So we can take a look here. Again, I think we're still in a downtrend. We're right at the 20 moving average. So doing some consolidation here though. All right, anybody, if anyone wants me to take a quick look at any stocks for swings that they're in or interested in, let me know. Otherwise, we'll flip things back here to everybody. Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, I think, is a challenge because we've, I think we're pretty much at an all-time high. I didn't enter that right. We're right back near all-time high. So here's this level 137.74, obviously an area where there's going to be some resistance. High of day right now, 137.34. So we got pretty close to, I'll talk about Willow in a sec here. We got pretty close to the high of the day here on, I'll talk about Baba and Willow. We got pretty close to the high of the day here, which was, no surprise that we rejected at that 137, 137.74. 137.35 was the open on this day, and then 137.34 is the high of the day. As we say in the room, these levels are magic, and this was almost to the penny is where this pulled back here. So obviously an area where there's going to be some resistance. Stochastics are starting to get a little, or not stochastics, RSI is starting to get a little overbought in the overbought area at 74. Volume's pretty decent today, although you can't really compare it to the last week's volumes. They're not that great. So I don't know. I think I'd be looking for some backing and filling here on Apple. Of course, it got a lot of interest with the announcement that they're going to get into the car business with everybody else, except Kodak. I haven't heard Kodak getting into the car business yet.
It's coming, Brian.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure they're figuring out how they can get some government funding from it first, probably.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's take a quick look at BABA. You usually get the 3-day rule on, usually when you have this kind of a move, you like to leave at least 3 days. Most people have this, a lot of traders have this sort of what they call the 3-day rule. So, let it settle out for at least 3 days before you decide taking a position. So we had a low on Thursday of 211. We had a low today of 215. It's just rough numbers. So we do seem to be holding in here. Let's take a look at the weekly. See if those levels make any sense at all. You can kind of see here, I guess, after we had that pullback, it chopped around this area before breaking out, pulling back a little bit, and then taking off, which is often what you see. When a stock starts to break out, usually you get a check back before it goes higher. This level certainly is probably a decent level to trade against, this sort of 220 level. I mean, you might get a bounce, like you got a bounce here, back up. But I don't think it would, I'm not sure that the way things are right now with BABA, it's kind of got a pretty significant overhang with, and there's the monthly. You can see we pulled back to the monthly. Again, that's kind of an area you can see where we broke out on the monthly. So might be, it could be, this could be definitely the area where it's going to hold. Low on this candle, 211. So you got to give it $11 before you stop out. But if you're thinking about swinging it overnight, right now it's kind of flatlining. You got 15 minutes, 18 minutes left. I'm not sure if it's a trade I would take, but might be interesting. Here's Willow, Toronto Stock Exchange. Had a really nice run. I've still got most of my position in Willow. I had a big volume day yesterday. I'd be looking for a bit of a pullback here, but I still think I still am pretty bullish on this stock into 2021. We don't have a lot of volume here on these volume bars, so there's not a lot of overhead resistance. Just a lot of overhead, or under, a lot of support under here, a lot of buying, a lot of volume buying and selling down in this area. So the only thing that's going to keep it from going higher are profit takers. So there's nobody there's very few people sort of stuck in the stock at these higher levels that's just waiting to be made whole. Yeah, I'm hoping for $2 by mid-year, but that's just my maybe my, I don't know if that's wishful thinking, but I think it's they're going to go into production in the second quarter, full production of CBD, and apparently there's a lot of interest in Europe, so especially right now, and yeah, so I think things are still looking promising for this stock. Just my opinion. All right. Well, I think we're getting close to the Oh, okay. PLTR. We'll look at that quickly. Yeah, PLTR seems, every time I look at it, it seems like it's stuck in no man's land. Today, it looks like it's actually breaking down on a daily. This is not what I would call a warm and fuzzy chart. You can see RSI rolling over here. You see the stochastics. When you get the stochastics trading below 50, typically rallies get sold. You know, where volume's picking up a little bit here, and we've had a pretty significant sell-off. And obviously, as you can see, we've lost the 20. MACD heading lower. Yeah, I'm thinking there's probably some support in this area. You know, 23.75 down to 22.50. It might be heading to fill this gap here. Definitely would be some support down around 22. Whether it gets there or not, I don't know. But not a great day for PLTR. And yeah, well, like I said, there could be some support right around this 24 level. But that's another $1.50 below here. Let's take a look at it quickly on the 15-minute. Yeah, not a lot of buying interest. There's a lot of people stuck up here. A lot of people down here got in. So there's lots of lots of people probably taking profits. There's a number of people that have been buying and selling up in this area. So that's going to be some pretty significant resistance we get back up there. There's some of these people are going to want to get out of it if it gets back up to that level. So all right. Not sure if you're asking me, but I'll look at blue. Yeah, PLTR doesn't look that healthy right today, especially. Blue just this is a tough one. I mean, it's making a series of lower highs on the RSI. Seems to be pretty range bound here. I don't know anything about the stock but definitely this 3.25 area where my right there is pretty significant resistance. You can see it hit that on Thursday as well. 320 rejected it. Some obviously support here at 275. So it's lost the 20 moving average. So we're stuck between the 20 and the 50. I don't know, unless, who knows? I mean, this is the kind of stock that probably could come out with some positive news tomorrow and it would take off. But right now it looks kind of range bound. So,
Brian, can you look into my soul?
I can.
Thanks.
I won't say I have in the past.
My daughter suggested, and we actually watched it not last night, but the night before. This is the new one with the Jamie Foxx produced movie. The cartoon, yeah, it's good. It's very good. Yeah.
Okay, last one here. Sol's looking very strong. Looks like it's heading higher. It is pretty overbought right now. Stochastics are looking great. MACD is looking good. I mean, if you've been in this stock from when it broke out sometime around here, yeah, you can see here where the 20 crossed the 9, or the 50, should say. And then they both crossed the 200. It's been had some nice ABCD patterns on the way up. I certainly wouldn't be taking a long at this point. If I was fully invested in the position, I'd definitely be taking a partial and expecting that I would be expecting another bit of a pullback here, because this is really getting it's a beautiful chart, but it's really getting quite extended. Let's take a look at, I always like to look at the third standard deviation Bollinger Bands just to see, because usually they never stay up in that area that long. So you can see here, we are definitely into the third standard deviation Bollinger Bands. So you can see here, that's where it pulled back last time. So yeah, it's definitely strong, but had some good volume today too. Really good volume. Of course, all the solar stocks are doing well. I think that relief package had some stuff in it for solar and wind. So TAN sold off today, which is the solar ETF. Anyway, SOL looks really good. If you've been in it for a long time, congratulations. Think about taking some money off. And with that, I will stop sharing. Thanks everyone for watching, if you were watching. And now we will switch you back to your regular scheduled program.
And we will hit the member trade of the day, actually, is what we'll start off with. For everybody out on YouTube, you can see it already, but just one sec. Let me get it up, streaming into the room for everybody in our chat room. And it goes to Brian C. for his trade on NNDM this morning.
Oh, nice. Nano D.
Yes. Took a 1 minute opening range breakout at 8.10, it looks like, at $8.10. Rode it up to resistance level at 8.42, took a couple partials up near there. Was able to hold through the pullback as it didn't come back down to his entry. And then again, as it moved back up, took a partial again at 8.42. Took some more a little bit higher at S4, it looks like, and then eventually got out at break even. So excellent trading on his part.
Yeah, nice trade. Yeah, he took. I think that was took this same trade as I did.
Yes. So
nice one. And he got nice partials. He held through that pullback. That was great.
Yes, definitely. And then for everybody, if you'd like to submit your trade for trade of the day, tag app Airball Traders at MikeB_BBT and at NormBBT. Use the hashtag BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. Next week Thor will be presenting on how to set up and use fixed wrist hotkeys, which I believe is a very good thing, especially for new traders, as it allows you to make sure that you're not losing more than you plan to lose when you tend to get a little bit emotional. There will not be a success webinar tomorrow, so this one is the following week. But this week we do have a psychology webinar. I'll be discussing mental resilience for trading as we approach the year's end, and you may not have achieved the goals that you wanted to, so it can be a little not depressing but frustrating, and this is a way to, disappointing would be a good word for it too, so that you can take a look at how far you've actually come over the year and look at how much you progress, which will really build up your resilience for going into the new year and attempting it again. And then the following week, we'll have Dr. Reed back talking to us about his trend following, the Trader's Friend Part 2, which I'm really looking forward to. And everybody out on YouTube, if you want to give the chat room a try, you can use the code PREMARKET24. That's going to give you access to our chat room as well as an onboarding class. We have stuff going on in the chat from the time the market opens with Andrew and Brian all the way through to the closing show here. So, and then for anybody that would like to upgrade or purchase for a one-time lifetime membership, you can always use the code HOLIDAYS40. And here's our earnings for the day. You'll be really excited, I'm sure, Peter.
Anavex. Oh, it's exactly what I've been waiting for. 0 revenue.
With a loss on earnings per share.
Are there IPOs this week, Peter?
No, there's actually nothing on the slate right now. I mean, they could add something for later in the week, but at this point, nothing whatsoever.
Okay.
I'm not surprised.
No, it's a Christmas to New Year's week, so it's pretty quiet usually.
Yeah.
And here's your earnings before the market opens tomorrow.
JRJC. Oh, good. Another good one. The Chinese finance company. Yeah. So basically, you're saying we've got very little going on in terms of earnings.
we got nothing. Like, let's be honest. There's nothing going on.
Not a lot going on this week. There's a. I'm just watching Neo right now. Is just trying to hold on to 44.
Neo.
He's electric vehicle. Well, Nikolai's really kicked into gear today, hasn't it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. 18% jump and some Arval on it, 202%. So.
Mm-hmm.
On Neo?
No,
Nikola.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had Neo on the brain. That's why I'm looking at it going, that's not at all what's going on. Here we go.
No,
Nikola, 200. Yeah.
Just looking at some of the EV stocks, just out of curiosity, they just haven't been as interesting lately.
Yeah.
Mike, do we have a trade of the week from last week as well?
Oh, yes, we do. Trade of the week from last week. Great call. Almost forgot about that. Like I said, I forgot what day it is.
Yeah.
So the trade of the week goes to Brandon for his trade on Plug. So shorted it near the top and then rode it all the way down for the whole day. And then we did find out that he did get stopped out on those 56 shares at break even, but still an excellent trade all the way. So trade of the week goes to Brandon. Excellent job.
And I think it was pretty much unanimous, the decision. So
yes.
It was a good trade. And the way you documented and managed it, so well done.
There was no question about that one for sure. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the market.
Qs are hanging in there. Netgear seems to be popping, and Stay. Stay is a hotel, isn't it?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I think it's a extended stay. Popping up here. Looks like it's kind of actually breaking out on a daily on this move here. It's the NTGR looking like. I had a really nice swing over the holidays at RMG. I'm certainly glad I sold it at the in the pre-market. Got almost a $4.50 move on that.
Oh, nice.
Small number of shares, 300 shares, but because it could have been down $3 or $4. It just And always reluctant to take a large position on those. But, it's a matter of how much you feel comfortable possibly losing on a trade like that.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable caution, in my opinion.
Yes, NTGR's had a really nice day today. Wow, let's just take a look. Yeah, the 15-minute chart is just is beautiful. Had a nice breakout at the open. I don't know why this didn't get flagged on the. I don't know why we didn't see this on the. On the scanners in the morning.
Scanners in the morning, yeah.
What
NTGR?
10 seconds if anybody's in a trade.
It gapped up at the open after it's been selling off the last week. but yeah, just a beautiful chart. 15 minute.
Looks like it probably didn't have the volume.
No, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Even the volume at the open was pretty light. 125. 175 was the biggest volume bar. So Baba really did nothing into the close, although it did finish in the green, which is a positive thing. Square sold off into the close. Yeah, so that's it.
Apple too. Or Apple came back up into the close.
Yeah, sold a little. Was selling off for about a half an hour or more, 45 minutes.
And
then a little bit pop.
And then somebody gets rid of 6 million shares in the aftermarket.
Well, obviously that was a cross or some market maker squaring up the books. But yeah, big volume that don't move.
I just always like looking at those, right? 6.3 million shares, and what the price move? 20 cents?
Yeah.
21 cents.
I mean, look at the. I'm looking at my time in sales. There was a single trade for 5,441,985 shares. So,
wow.
So it's definitely one person just they're cleaning up the books there in a bulk order.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Oh, and then a second trade 53 seconds later for 684,000 shares at the exact same price.
See, isn't this lovely what we do when there's no earnings?
Yeah. All right. Well, don't forget to journal your trades, everybody, and we will see you back here tomorrow. I'm going to call it a day. I got things going on in the house. So, Brian, Mike, thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Later,
Peter.
everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks everyone in the rooms, and we'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning.